Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss about the bevel gauge. The theoretical part which has been already explained in the previous videos in the introduction of the gauge. The design procedure for bevel gauge is almost same as that of the spur gauge. So first step will be identifying the weaker member, similarly the allowable stress and the Lewis form factor. So you want to take the allowable stress from the table 23.18. So and Lewis form factor, you're going to use the formula 23.115. So here again you're going to use ZB as it is in the helical gauge, that is virtual teeth. So where ZB will be the virtual number of teeth, Z by cos delta. So delta is nothing but the angle. So when it goes for acute bevel gauge, so tan delta 1 is equals to sine sigma divided by Z2 by Z1 plus cos Z sigma. So when you go for tan delta 2, sin sigma divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus cos sigma. So this will be given in the equations. So for right angle, so tan delta 1 will be 1 by I, tan delta 2 will be I. Similarly for obtuse angle, again you're going to have the formula. So you're going to find out tan delta 1 and delta 2's. The next step will be design. So design, again you're going to have two things. One is tangential tooth load using the formula, and second one will be based on the Lewis form factor. So tangential tooth load Ft is equals to 9550 into 1000 into N into Cs divided by Nr. So again Cs will be the service factor that have to be taken from the table, and P will be the power, and N will be the RPM, and R will be the radius of a weaker member. So coming into the tangential tooth load using the Lewis equation, so F is equals to sigma naught K B Y capital Y M into R minus B by R. So I am going to take where R will be the cone distance, so 1 by 2 root of D1 square minus D2 square, that will be equals to M by 2 root of Z1 square plus Z2 square. For a face width, R by 4 is less than B, which is less than R by 3. The face width of the bevel gauge is generally taken as 10 mm or R by 3, whichever is the smaller one. So Lewis form factor, capital Y will be equals to small y into pi. So KV or CV, that is the velocity factor of the tooth finished with the former cutter, that is 3 by 3 plus Vm. Velocity for a generated teeth, that is 5.55 divided by 5.55 plus root of Vm. Or you can take 5.6 by 5.6 plus root of Vm. So by equating the equation of tangential tooth load by the equation and the Lewis equation, I am going to calculate module M by the trial and error method. So I am going to go for check for the stresses, sigma allowable and sigma induced. So sigma induced should be less than the sigma allowable. Then the design will be the safer one. The third step will be calculating the dimensions. So again you have to go for the table 23.1. You have to calculate all the dimensions of the gauge. Coming on to the dynamic load. So dynamic load, according to Buckingham theorem or Buckingham's equation, dynamic load Fd is equals to Ft plus 21 Vm multiplied by Ft plus Bc, 21 Vm plus root of Ft plus Bc. Again C, dynamic load factor, you have to calculate from table 23.32 with the help of figure 23.434a or 23.5a. The next step will be endurance. So sigma Ft will be equals to that sigma t plus b into y pi into m r minus b by r. So find that values. So for a safer design, Fd should be less than the endurance force. So coming to wear load. So wear load Fw is equals to d1 bqk by cos delta. So q again will be equals to zv2 divided by zv1 plus zv2. So again you are going to find out the load factor K. So from the table you can get the values of K value to identify the hardness of the given materials. So coming to the problem, so let us consider a problem. Design a bevel gauge. Design a pair of bevel gauges to transmit a power of 25 kilowatts from a shaft rotating at 1200 rpm to a perpendicular shaft to be rotated at 400 rpm. So P will be equals to 25 kilowatts, N1 is equals to 1200 rpm, N2 is equals to 400 rpm. The shafts are perpendicular to each other, so summation will be equals to 90. So assuming the pressure angle alpha has 20 degree full depth involute, the moderate shock and 8 to 10 hours duty. So from the table 23.13, I can get service factor as 1.5. The pinion material is alloy steel, cast hardened. So allowable stress will be 345 Newton per mm square. Straight tooth bevel gauge. So we want to consider as a straight teeth bevel gauge. So I is equals to N1 by N2, Z2 by Z1, D2 by D1. So number of teeth on gauge N1 by N2 into Z1. So 1200 by 400 into 1.15, that I am going to get as 45. So 15 I am going to assume based on the minimum number of teeth required to avoid the interference. So gear ratio I am going to get as N1 by N2 as 3. For right angle bevel gauge, summation is equals to 90. So pitch angle of pinion delta is equals to tan inverse of 1 by I. So I am going to get as 18.435 degree. Pitch angle for a gear. So delta 2 is equals to 71.565 degrees. So formative number of teeth in a straight teeth bevel pinion. So ZV1 is equals to Z1 by cos delta 1. So I am going to get as 15.8114. Similarly, for ZV2 is going to Z2 by cos delta 2. So I am going to get as 142.3021. So by taking the Lewis form factor for a 20 degree full depth, so I am going to find out Y1 and Y2. So substituting ZV1 and ZV2 values, so I am going to get the Y1 and Y2 values. By substituting that values in the table, so I am going to clearly see that sigma naught Y product of gear is lesser than the pinion. So gear is a weaker member. The design has to be based on the gear. So that tangential tooth load Ft is equals to 9550 into 1000 into P into Cs divided by Nr. So substituting the values in terms of M and Z, I am going to get the Ft value as 39,791.67 Newton divided by module M. Here the Cs I have taken as 1.5. So R in terms of D2 by 2, and D2 can be written as M into Z2. So M into 45 by 2. So I am going to get as 22.5 M. So I am going to get Ft in terms of module M. Coming on to tangential load from the Lewis equation Ft. So substituting the formulas, so I am going to get as, so Ft is equals to sigma naught C V B by capital Y M R B R minus V by capital R. The cone distance R is equals to M by 2 root of Z1 square plus Z2 square. I am going to get as 23.717 M. So for a face width R by 3 I am going to consider. So I am going to get as 7.9 M. Substituting this values in the above equation. So I am going to get Ft in terms of M square into kV, that is 540.83 M square into kV. So equating this equation with the tangential tooth load previously we got. So I am going to get M cube kV is equals to 73.576. So I want to find out the mean velocity Vm pi d2 n2 by 60,000, and d2 can be replaced with m into z. So I am going to get as 0.9425 into module m. So I want to start the trial and error method by assuming the module as 5 mm. So selecting that from the table 23.74. So Vm is equals to 0.9425 into 5. So I want to get as 0.7125 meter per second. So assuming teeth are finished with the form cutter, I want to take kV as 3 by 3 plus Vm. So I want to get as 0.389. Substituting the kV value and V value. So I want to get 48.625 when I want to substitute in this equation M value and kV value. So I want to get as 48.625, which is less than 73.576, so it is not suitable. Now I want to change the module into 6, so I want to get Vm as 5.655 and kV as 0.3466. Substituting the module as well as kV value, and we are going to get as 74.87, which is greater than 73.576. So module M6 will be selected for the design. So I want to check that by sigma allowable and sigma induced. Sigma allowable I am going to get as 76.256, that is nothing but sigma naught 2 into kV or CV. So sigma induced will be equals to Ft2 divided by B y y2 B pi y2 into M R minus B by R. So I am going to substitute the values. I am going to get as 74.938. So sigma allowable is greater than sigma induced, so the design is satisfactory, so I want to get module equals to 6 mm. So next we'll be checking the dynamic load and wear load. So dynamic load according to Buckingham's equation, so I'm going to substitute the formula. So here the C value has to be identified, the correction factor. So when you go for the correction factor, so since Vm is given, so from the diagram 23.35a, I can identify the error F is equals to 0.063 mm. So if I go for the table 23.32, for a 20 degree full depth and steel combination, the value is not a standard one, so I have to take the standard of 0.05 and 0.075 of C values I'm going to identify. So by going for the interpolation, so I can find the value of C for a error of 0.063 mm, that is 730.8 Newton per mm. So by taking the interpolation, you can find the value. So once the value is found out, find the FD value, that is I'm going to get as 21,967.936 Newton. So the last will be the wear load. So for calculating the wear load, again I'm going to use the Buckingham equation. FW is equals to D1 BQK divided by cos delta 1. So by taking that into consideration, Q value 2ZV2 divided by ZV1 plus ZV2, I'm going to get Q as 1.8. For a safer design, FW should be greater or equal to FD. Substituting that values, I want to get K should be greater or equal to 2.68 Newton per mm square. So from the table 23.37b, for alpha of 20 and K should be greater than the 2.68 Newton per mm square, I want to get oddness on pinion and gear as 450 and 450 BHN. This is about the problem on bevel gear.